Good morning, everybody. Saturday morning. Got these owie pimples from stress, I think. Going through a lot right now. Didn't sleep much at all last night. I think I did maybe get a couple hours because I was just exhausted by the time I got home from the emergency vet last night with Aria. So I had posted in a prior video that Hope had gone to the vet and he was having troubles eating. Once they gave him this shot called the Cerenia shot, it helps with nausea and a little bit with pain. He came home and started eating and everything was fine. There was some emotional problems with him stop eating and the fact that I believe the bag of food that I had, that the prescription food that I had, was the formula was changed enough that he didn't like it. It made him vomit like 4 or 5 different times when he ate it. Each time after he would fill up on it, he would vomit immediately, like 30 seconds after finishing the food. So for me, that's a food factor. There's no doubt about it. I am smart enough to realize that, but I couldn't get the vets to admit that, or Hill's Science Diet. They're not going to admit that there could be a problem with their food. So I ended up getting a different bag, and now Mama and him are eating it. Now Mama is being more picky. She wants it. She's hungry. And if I leave it there, she will eat it. She's not having any issues with wanting to eat because she's like a little cat garbage disposal. Like she'll eat all the time if I let her, constantly. Sorry, I'm just a little bit gone right now. So this happened 2 Fridays ago. It started with Hope not wanting to eat. And by Tuesday, when I got home from the vet, Tuesday afternoon, he started eating, okay? But that night, Friday or Monday night around 11-ish or 12, somewhere around there, Aria ate. But then by Tuesday morning, when Hope and I went to the vet, emotionally, I think she had seen that he hadn't been eating for a while and she couldn't figure out what was going on. And she wasn't quite eating the whole dish anyway. She was eating some of it and eating half and leaving half behind, which does not happen. They always eat the whole thing. And Mama was kind of doing the same thing a little bit. And so I think it's the food and the emotional factor for Aria. So she stopped eating, and by Friday, I had contacted my vet via text, which they tell us to do because they a lot of times don't answer the phone, that I needed to get her in or know what to do with her. And so what I did is there's medication that you rub on their ear to give them an appetite. And so I used it on her because I was using it on Hope. And then I tried the anti-nausea medication in a pill form because they told me to give him a half a pill once a day if he didn't start eating. Well, he did. He's fine. He's eating. So I decided to try it on Aria on Thursday night. And she went straight full on into foaming at the mouth for like 15 minutes straight. And it scared me, but what people don't realize is that's what happens with kitties when something's very bitter or bad tasting in their mouth. They'll foam at the mouth because they can't spit it out. They foam trying to get it out. And it's very scary. And sometimes it can be life-threatening, but for her, it just was foamy. And And right after that happened, she tried to eat a little bit of food. Okay, she tried to eat a little bit, but the problem was that at that point, her tongue was sore from that bitter, nasty medication being on her tongue. And so she wouldn't eat. So then Friday, I decided that I was going to take her to the vet. But I couldn't get her in to see her vet. So what I did is I started trying to figure out where to go. And thankful to God, he guided me. I called Max Fund. First, I called a vet's office. I can't remember who it was that I talked to right now. I can't remember. I can go back and look and ask them if they took Cherry Pay, and they said no. Oh wait, yes they did. They said yes, but they didn't have any openings on Friday or Saturday, and they said I could call back Saturday morning today at 8 a.m. and see if a cancellation happened and a possible opening came up. But if it didn't, I would have to find someone else. This is Aria here that you're looking at, drinking water. And I was like, I can't take that chance, because then if I can't get her in on Saturday, there's no vets except for emergency vets open on Sunday, and they're quite expensive on Sundays. And then I would have to still wait until Tuesday to see her regular vet, because that's the next time they're open after today, and they're booked for today. So I was frustrated with that, wasn't happy, was very upset with my vet that they couldn't get her in. And just honestly, that was just not right of me to be upset with them, because they're booked. They're double booked. And so they only are open until noon. They take their last appointment at 11, and that's it. They couldn't get me in. Okay. But I was upset with them last night. So anyway, I called this vet. They said they weren't going to be able to take me or whatever, and they gave me another phone number to call. And I called them, and they said, no, we don't take Cherry Pay. We do take Care Credit, which I did have Care Credit. I had $480 left on my Care Credit card. And they told me, the vet told me, we will do care for her the best we can with the $480 you have. Max out your card. Yep, that's what they did. And I'm paying $80 a month on that $480. I'm like, dang, that's a lot of money. But it's really not in retrospect. Vets are very expensive, but the 80 bit me a bit. I was expecting about 35, but no, it's 80. But I plan on getting it paid off in 2 months, just getting it done at the end of this month. I plan on paying a big chunk, and I'm going to be completely broke, and then next month the other chunk, and that'll be it. So anyway, I went in. I sat there for a couple of hours, maybe 3. They're an emergency vet hospital that's quite busy, and there was a lot of urgent animals in there. So Aria, they said, was not in too much distress. Her heart rate was good. Her vital signs were good. Her gums looked good. She was very active and feisty with them. So they didn't see that she was declining at this point. So, they just kind of let me sit there while they took care of the other animals, and that I understood. I was a little frustrated with it because I was really stressed out, but I didn't express that to them. I just, in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, come on guys. I'm tired of standing here in this little boxed room, looking out the glass and seeing you guys walk around and talk to each other, but not doing anything. Well, that's not the case. They were doing a lot of things, and I was just being improper. Anyway, get to the point here. Karina, stop talking, right? So they gave her fluids, poked her in the back right about here, and gave her fluids underneath the skin. And then they gave her a shot of Serenia, and then this other shot that is helps with vomiting. So she wouldn't vomit for the next 24 hours after having all those fluids. Well, we got home, and she ate, okay? And then she ate again a little bit later, like a couple hours later, because she was hungry. But then it all started. Massive diarrhea. She's covered in it right now, and I have to try to clean her, and it's kind of hard, so it pulls her hair. But I have to comb it out because it's disgusting, and she's covered in it, and she can't get it cleaned off because it is turned to like stone on her. And so we're going to be fighting a little bit, and that doesn't help her feel better to try to eat. Now she's drinking water because she's dehydrated from all that diarrhea. And so I'm hoping I can get her to eat today. I'm going to put some more of that stuff on her ear to try to encourage her to eat. But if not, the next time she's seen by a vet is on Tuesday. And she did eat last night, so that's good. But she needs to eat every day. So Tuesday she's going to the vet again for another huge bill on me. And I don't know what they're going to do or what they're going to charge me, but I know they're going to have to sedate her to do anything because she will not let anyone touch her. And even though the veterinary that I take her to is a cat veterinary clinic, I feel like they don't know how to deal with her because she gets so upset, and she's very, scratchy and things like that. So she's not a happy camper. And so, but the vet hospital, they knew what to do. They did a really, really great job. I have to say that. They're in Denver. They're called Veg Emergency Group in the DTC, Denver Tech. Very phenomenal, actually. I was very surprised. At first, I was a little upset with them, but then after they got done with her, I was very happy. I'm not happy about the diarrhea. I am not. But to get the fluids into her and to make sure that she stays in a pretty good way as far as being hydrated, kind of, until Tuesday, they had to do it. And I do understand that. And I'm happy that they did, even though, they wanted to do everything they could to get my bill as high as they could. And that's what they do. That's how they get paid. Same with the medical field. Same with our doctors. So anyway, she's going in on Tuesday at 2 o'clock to the vet again. If she starts eating regularly before then, I'm not sure I'll be taking her in. Because why would I go in if she starts getting back to normal? Why would I do that? It looks like she wants to eat. Here, Aria girl. Let me see if she'll eat the food. They gave me this GI food last night, and it's what she wanted. And I think she is hungry because she walked over to the food dishes. So let's see if my little girl will eat. I'm praying that she will. So anyway, I'm hoping that she'll eat, and then I can get after her butt. Because right now, it's encouraging that she went to go over to the dishes. Here, Aria, you want to do it over here where you always do it? Come on. Come on. Here we go. You want to do it where you always do it, baby girl? Huh? She says, I just don't want to do anything. I'm afraid I'm going to have diarrhea. Well, hopefully she won't have any more. She had a lot last night before I went to bed and then after I went to bed. And unfortunately, when I fell asleep, every time she had diarrhea last night, I was behind her with a rag and my gloves, and I was combing it out, and I was trying to keep her clean. And she was at first very upset with me and still upset afterwards, but letting me do it because she knew I was trying to help her. But this morning, now that it's dried, oh no. She goes straight up onto the cat tree and it's over. So I got to keep working at it today and try to get her cleaned up. And I really wish she would let me just cut that hair in the back and, just get rid of it. And if Tuesday when we go to the vet, they have to sedate her with something, I'm going to ask them to shave off that hair in the back there to get rid of that nasty poop smell. Because she's a lady. She doesn't need to have that on her butt. She doesn't need that. She doesn't like it. And I want to help her. Nope, she's not going to eat the food. So hopefully I can talk her into it. I don't know. Anyway, guys, if you could for me, pray for my little girl. We need prayers. And I'm going to pray myself as well. But I appreciate all of you, and whoever's watching this video, please give us a thumbs up. Comment below what suggestions you have. Is there a suggestion that you have, that maybe I don't know about that could possibly work to help her? That would be greatly appreciated. I do appreciate you watching my videos. I appreciate you being a part of my community if you are. And just have a wonderful day, and may God bless you today. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.